What is up, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about what if TDX Towers had team ups. Something I've been working on for a little bit. It took me a while. This probably will never be added to the game, but could add some experimental stuff to the game. It's more experimental for the game, making it more fun stuff. Could be pretty cool. So let's get to it. The first one is Drop the Beat. Our anchor is John and our receiver is DJ. Before I read any of this, I do want to clarify how team ups work. So these are based off the Marvel Rivals team ups. If you don't know, when the person who gives a certain person an ability, usually, right? So the person who you need to activate the team up, like as the anchor, gets, a buff to itself. So for example, for John, for Drop the Beat, the anchor bonus gives John 4 extra seconds on his John Rage ability on top path, and makes bottom path deal 10% extra damage. There you go. Now EDJ gains an ability on bottom and top path. Top path stuns enemies in a rave, similar to Tower Battles, if you think about that. And bottom path gives you 30% more income from towers. Similar, literally exactly how top path farm works. You get more money, the more you get more money. There is no cap to this though, I don't think. So the cap is 30%. So yeah. Team up 2, Destroy the Weak. Anchor is going to be Commander, and your receiver will be Zed. So the anchor bonus gives Commander the ability to spawn 3 extra APCs and 1 extra airstrike. So when you use the ability for like the APCs and stuff, let's turn on my light. It's kind of dark in here. There we go. Ooh. You get 3 charges to that ability. And same thing with the airstrike. Zed gains a passive ability to nearby towers and units that increases damage, fire rate, and health by 10%. This applies to the unit, not the base that you place. So this actually is really useful for towers like Slammer and Flame Trooper. Now this only applies to the unit, not the base. It would be cool if it was to the base, but it'd be funnier because this would make your map choice more interesting instead. So I'm thinking this is a much more easier way to make it. Not only that, it would also make your tower placements much more strategic instead, because it has a range as well. It's not the range of the tower, it's a smaller range. So team up 3, Drone Power. Anchor, Combat Drone. Receiver, Ghost. The anchor bonus for this team up gives Combat Drone extra missiles and bombs on both paths. So yeah. Now Ghost, this is a pretty cool one. Ghost receives a new mini combat drone that does 1/4 the damage of top path combat drone. It's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? So it deals 1/4 the damage, so 25% of the damage. It's pretty OP, but it's at max, I believe. I forgot to put that there. It's only on max, I believe. Alright, team 4, Range Charge. The anchor is the Sentry, and receiver is Machine Gunner. The anchor bonus is that top path Sentry gains a slight increase in its cone range, which means the cone range actually spreads out more and is longer. The Machine Gunner, for its receiving ability, gains an ability where it can have normal tower range for 20 seconds on both paths. So instead of the cone range, has the normal tower range instead. So, I think that's most do both. So it's pretty interesting, but it is for 20 seconds, so. And plus I think it has a long cooldown. It'll probably have a long cooldown though, so. Team up 5, Golden Power. The anchor is Golden Juggernaut, and the receiver is the other gold towers. The anchor bonus is that Juggernaut, Gold Juggernaut, bottom path gets ignore laser resistance and gains an increase in HP. Yes, this is broken. Now, the way I think... Now, team-ups usually work with the anchor bonus being that you have it no matter what. I think that what they should do in TDX is that you have to have these towers for the anchor bonus to work. Which is why, for example, Combat Drone, kinda OP, right? Same with Commander and John, so it'd probably be balanced if they make that you have to have the anchor bonus. You have to have the actual team up activated for the anchor bonus to activate. Because again, yeah. So anyway, the other 3 golden towers gain extra damage whenever using their abilities, along with a 15% boost to each ability. Gold Ranger gains an ability, and if it's one like Golden Mobster, it will get an increase in money, and Gold Mine will get an increase in stun. I believe Golden Ranger gains the ability to... I forget what it was. I think it's his bomb. I think it does more splash or stun. I forget what I said. I forgot to put it in here, but it does something. I forget. Now, team up 6, Laser Explosion. The anchor is Missile Trooper, and the receiver is Railgunner. The anchor bonus allows Missile Trooper to inflict additional splash damage. Now, the receiving power is that Railgunner on either path receives a laser explosion at level X-4 or 4-X. A Railgunner on either path receives a laser explosion at X-4 or 4-X. On either path receives explosion at level X4. So yeah, I don't know why it repeated. Didn't notice that, but yeah, it just gains a laser explosion at level 4 on both paths. So, team up 8, Turrets Unite. Anchor is going to be XMW turret, and receiver is AA turret. The anchor bonus allows XMW to bypass bullet and explosion resistance on X-3 or 3-X. Just for some reason, they freaking made XMW garbage now for no reason. Anyway, the AA turret receives increased damage along with an additional missile and turret for both upgrade paths. Team up 9, Own the Bank. The anchor is the farm and the receiver is Mobster. The anchor bonus allows farm to receive an additional 10% from nearby towers through the top path. Yes, it's pretty OP. The Mobster benefits from increased cash through X-3 ability and acquires 2 additional goons on each path. It's pretty OP. I would say that's actually a really good one. This is a really decent team up. This allows Mobster to have more usage and gain a lot more money. This could be pretty good for Expert or Elite. And possibly Endless. Who knows? And I think that's the last team up. Yes, it is. And team up 10, the True Army. The anchor is the Barracks, and the receiver is Armored Factory. The anchor bonus enables Barracks to generate 2 extra units of each type along both paths. So you get 2 extra units, so that's 3 in total per path. Every unit gets 3. At least 3. No matter what. So I could have at least 3 flame troopers on the field at once. Anyway, the Armor Factory gets an additional missile pod at level 2-X and produces 2 more units of both Humvees and tanks. This includes the Marab. So, yeah. And that is all of our team ups. So, this could probably change up the entire meta of TDX, in my opinion. Like, you could use these 2 towers to gain that drop the beat ability, or use these guys that not really use towers to gain a really good ability. Or you can use Missile Trooper and Railgunner to gain a laser explosion and an additional splash damage. You can use this one with AA turret. Own the Bank is probably the best one, in my opinion, because it allows, like this one, team-ups are supposed to use towers like Missile Trooper, Sentry, Ghost, these guys, these 2, AA turret, Railgunner, Mobster, Barracks, and Armor Factory to gain new abilities, making them much better. That is my purpose of team-ups, and that is the purpose of team-ups in Marvel Rivals. For example, Jeff with a team-up with Venom is much better. For example, another thing is, what's a bad character? Like, for example, the Thing, or certain characters, like the Fantastic Four team-up, they gain an extra ability, making them a little bit better. Black Widow gains an ability that makes her a little bit better with the Punisher. And anchor bonuses are allowing those characters to become much better. Similar to Captain America with his anchor bonus. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on these, because I do want to try more PowerPoints. But let me guys know on what you think about these team-ups for Tower Defense X. But with that, see you guys in a little bit. Peace.